Okay, everybody, welcome back to Campfire Spookhouse. My name's Scary Terry. And this is
Rock Horror.
Today we are recording a review for Weapons, written and directed by Zach Cregger, produced by Zach Cregger, Roy Lee, Miri Yoon, J.D. Lifshitz, and Raphael Margulies. It stars Josh Brolin as Archer Graff, Julia Garner as Justine Gandy, Alden Ehrenreich as Paul Morgan, Austin Abrams as James, Carrie Christopher as Alex Lilly, Toby Huss as Ed Locke, Benedict Wong as Marcus Miller, and Amy Madigan as Gladys. The description of the film is when all but one child from the same class mysteriously vanish on the same night at exactly the same time, a community is left questioning who or what is behind their disappearance. The release date of this film was August 8th, 2025. Its budget was $38 million. Its box office return was, get a load of this, $269.1 million.
There you go.
Damn, man.
That's a success.
This movie, again, from writer-director Zach Cregger, I thought much better than Barbarian. A lot better crafted as far as story and performances goes. What I was mentioning to you when we were watching the movie was what I really love about this film is the fact that it is told in flashbacks.
Yeah.
Which I think is very unique because I've never actually seen that done in a horror movie before. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm saying I've never seen it happen before. So I really loved it for that. What did you think of Weapons?
So as far as storytelling, or as far as like it as a film, I enjoyed it because the approach to filmmaking, the kind of breaking it down into individual stories, to fill in gaps of an overall story, I thought was a great way to reveal different parts of this mystery.
Yes.
So as an overall film, I thought it was great.
Yes.
Once again, this is one of the things that I seem to keep stumbling upon horror movies as opposed to the slashers, which is a subgenre in itself. These are just better made movies. Yeah. The quality of movie, the acting, everything, the effects, the makeup, everything. It's some top tier stuff. So as a film, I appreciate it. As a horror film, I found myself, I kept expecting more. So as we kept getting into the individual stories and filling in gaps, I don't know what I was expecting. But I was expecting more. Perhaps I was expecting a twist within a twist within a twist because of the approach.
Right.
Because the approach was, I guess, innovative, maybe I thought that the story would be a little bit more, it would be more to be revealed.
Okay, yeah.
Because as soon as I saw the lady what I thought she was a clown.
You also saw her so briefly too.
Once I saw her wave at that junkie in the forest, I was like, "Oh, so she's the one doing all the stuff." Like,
and there's it's no coincidence that she keeps being shown, right?
No. So of course, if you've seen movies or storytelling or whatever, she's there for a reason.
Yes.
She's there in the dream. She's there.
Yes.
They're showing you her for a reason.
Yes.
So as these stories were being told, I was just waiting to find out more about her. And I also expected to find out, granted, it's not like a 4-hour movie, but for whatever reason, I was still expecting more world building.
Maybe because it was so layered.
Yeah.
The story itself. And the fact that it's told in flashbacks, there's a lot of connecting the dots that needs to be done. And it was revealing little more and a little more and a little more.
So I think for me, as an exercise as far as a movie is concerned, I think it's great. And I appreciate it, as I said, as a film.
Right.
As an actual like horror film or horror story, I would say it's It's good. I don't think it's like it's not like one of these horror stories that I've if it's told in a traditional way, this is pretty good, but it's not like some groundbreaking horror story. Once again, I was expecting to find out more.
Right.
So the little boy from observation, of course, he uses, I guess, the witchcraft or whatever the lady was doing, in order for the kids to go after her.
Yeah, which I loved. I thought that was really, really well done. It was very creative.
I loved all of that. I thought I was going to find out more, like more of this lady's backstory, how she even came to know any of these things. Like this is, I kept expecting more to be revealed, and I suppose that is what made it a little bit hollow for me once the end came, because I was like, okay, we're going towards the end.
Right.
I just was expecting a little bit more depth in the overall story.
Okay, I see what you're saying. But I feel like the way that it ended, though, it kind of left room for Gladys's character if they ever did like a spin-off film or a mini series even, where it could go back to that and then we could learn more about her origin.
And once again, for me, I think the approach. So a film that I was not the biggest fan of, which is Barbarian.
Yes.
Because yes, I don't understand the motivation of the main character, etc. I still think that film was more, I was satisfied with what I got out of it, even though I didn't understand. I didn't learn everything. I didn't need to spend a lot of time when she went on a job interview. It's like everything you needed to know was there. Yeah. And everything was about that. For whatever reason, in this film, I just had more questions that were not answered. So it became, and because it's a horror movie, it just put me in a different space because I'm asking questions like it's a mystery or something.
Yeah.
And then I get stuck in that thing where it's like, I'm not even scared. I'm like, what? Why?
Yeah. Well, again, the approach that was taken though, I mean,
I'm not, this is the thing. I don't think it has to do with the approach. I think with some more time being taken to with the dialogue or with some sort of backstory, like as things are being revealed, if more things are being revealed in a given section, as opposed to just what we saw.
Yeah.
So it's cool that you get to see how the junkie starts his day. But what if the junkie starts his day and then while the junkie is starting his day, you're finding out more about Clown Lady or something like that.
Yeah.
So that towards the end, when what's the little boy's name?
Alex.
When Alex finally does his thing and all the kids go after her. Okay, that whole scene was fantastic.
Yeah, it was.
But for me, it just needed some more
polishing.
Yeah, it just needed some more polishing with the actual big bad character. Yeah. Her character seems like a fever dream. It seems like a dream. It seems like none of it is real. Yeah. They dreamt her up.
Yeah.
And then all their kids went back to their respective houses.
Yeah.
There was, once again, I don't need an entire full backstory of all of these characters. You told me everything I need to know about the cop and his wife.
Yeah.
And they're trying to have kids, but that's not working. Right. And he's not particularly the best husband or the best cop or anything like that.
Right, right.
And learn some backstory about the
Justine, the main character.
Yeah, and the DUI, and all that. Like all of that is great. I appreciate that about her.
Yeah.
Like her character, I understood.
Yeah.
I didn't need to know any more about her character.
Yeah.
The big bad I needed to know. I needed to know more about her for some reason. I just felt like I just have so many more questions, and it's not questions that to me. It's just some questions that needed to be answered.
Right.
So what I find interesting about these films, specifically the films made by this group of people, is that even if I really like the film, there's always something about it that I'm like, I don't know if I like this particular part. Like I said, as a film, certain parts of the film, like this is a movie that I would probably watch again.
Okay, well that's good.
So
like Barbarian.
Yeah, as I said, as a film,
yeah,
as a kind of being entertained, it's a quality film. Like I would watch this film again, and perhaps if I watch it again or again and again, I will appreciate it just the way it is. Mm-hmm. But in this particular moment, I want more. I was thinking to myself that what you just mentioned regarding a backstory with that lady that's like a mini series or something like that.
Gladys, yeah.
That might satisfy me, because I'm not sure if what I'm asking for can even be done in the time that's allotted for this film.
Right.
And it's not about, I'm begging for more. No, it's like more so I can understand what the hell.
They also focus 3/4 of the film, I feel like, just on these different characters with the backgrounds and their day and how it all went. And then we see her kind of come into the mix when Alex's story begins to unfold.
Yeah.
And then you do get so very little of her before the film wraps up entirely.
And so a while back we watched Longlegs.
Yeah, episode 19.
So we watched Longlegs, and Longlegs is similar in that you don't know much about Longlegs, and then you find out about Longlegs.
Right.
But I still understood that.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't need to know so much more about Longlegs, whereas this lady, the lore is not strong enough for me to be like, I'm satisfied with this clown lady.
Longlegs also, the whole movie, watching it, is about the investigation of the serial killer.
Yes.
This movie, it's really about the children.
Yeah.
And they focus more on that. So, like, I could see how you're like, well, I want to know more about Gladys, because how do you not find her to be an interesting character? You start seeing more of her, you're like, I do want to know what her backstory is.
And I liked some of the things I think could have been drawn out. I would prefer maybe this movie's 15, 20 minutes longer and spend more time with Alex and Gladys.
Yeah.
Because within that 15 to 20 minutes, I would understand who she is.
Yeah.
Don't need a backstory necessarily. The interactions with her and Alex, you could see kind of how clever Alex is.
Yeah.
You can, so all of that stuff gets really fleshed out a little bit more.
Yeah.
So for me, an extra 15 minutes of Alex's story, where he's like, what's going on in that house?
I also feel like, because they're going by the names, I mean, Alex was the last one that they touched on, but they could have easily, right after his story, they could have put Gladys.
Yeah.
And then what led her to go to that house, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like,
So either go more in depth with Alex's story, or do a Gladys section.
Yeah.
Either one of those things, I think, for me, would then make this movie it will probably put it in the category of like, this is a perfect movie for me.
Yeah.
But there's too much of a gap. That's for me. That's missing. Once again, I will watch this movie again. I like this movie. I think this movie is a great film. I love the camera work. I love the performances.
Work is really great. Yeah.
I love the performances. I think it's cast well. Mm-hmm. I think overall it's written well.
Yes.
So as a piece of art, I enjoy it. I get why it did so well. It's just not in like the classic or perfect category.
Right.
Me.
I find movies like this, after you watch it, at least it did for me, like they stick with you. And you might think about it, for so many days or a week or so afterwards.
The pacing is good.
Yep.
The overall story is good. I enjoyed some of the things where was it like an AK-47 telling the time and dream?
Yeah, above the house. Yeah, that was really cool. I liked when the principal was chasing after her in the car and he got smoked by the car, like his fiery eyes when he's like chasing in pursuit.
Every time, and the comic relief is when James keeps coming after.
Josh
Brolin's character.
Yeah, Archer. He keeps coming after him and then gets like pushed away or thrown around and kicked. I mean, that was really great too. I think two scenes that really stood out for me as far as the camera work was when Archer was looking for his son, but in the house after waking up.
Yes.
And if you remember, he was standing in his kitchen and he saw the door wide open. And as soon as he started moving towards the door, the camera was moving real quick with him out of the house, which I really liked. I also really liked the scene when the cop came back out of the house and pulled James out from the back seat of the cop car and dragged him through the grass.
That was a great scene as well.
Yeah, it was, man. It was really good.
There was a lot of great scenes. There's a lot of great scenes.
I actually think that the cop, Alden Ehrenreich, was really good in this movie. He did a great performance.
I started off, at least in what's her name story, teacher's story.
Yeah, Justine.
Justine's story. I was kind of afraid that his story wasn't going to be good, but then his performance wasn't going to be great. But
it's when his interaction with James comes into play is when you're like, oh fuck, he's great at panicking.
Yes.
Really great. The emotion in his face.
And I was saying like that the Han Solo movie
that Alden was in. Yeah.
This is what he was good at.
Yeah.
In the parts where he was unsure of himself, that was very believable.
Yes.
Him actually being like this kind of confident, could talk his way out of anything Han Solo part, that's where he struggled.
Yeah, I mean, even getting stabbed in the face with the needles in the finger and like freaking out that he could have AIDS or something like that's really, really well done.
Yeah,
I even loved when he was already so angry because now his wife, like she knew about his cheating, and the dad, who is basically his protector at the cop station, now is against him. So he walks out of the police station and sees James across the street. And when he starts screaming at him, like, "What did I tell you?" I was like, "Oh, he's good. He has that raw acting and emotion that I've never seen from him before."
Yeah, so I definitely appreciated that. Josh Brolin does a Josh Brolin performance, which is a very good performance.
The guy who played James, the addict, the junkie, I thought also did a really good job. He actually kind of reminded me of Timothée Chalamet a little bit. I feel like
I could see that.
I feel like he could have also easily done the role.
As I mentioned, I think the first time I saw him was, what would that? That would have been season 5, Walking Dead.
Oh, he was
obviously younger.
Yeah,
but he's really good at playing like you little shit, you little asshole.
Yeah.
He's really good at playing characters that you want to punch in the face.
Yeah. Josh Brolin obviously is amazing in it. Really great at being that concerned, protective father. Seems like I kind of feel like a little bit of backstory, a little more for him would have been nice too.
Yes,
because like his son clearly was a bully in school. To Alex, and like I just kind of wonder a little bit, like is the dad the same way before his son being kidnapped?
Well,
did the dad have that same kind of persona?
I think he says something speaks to that, which is like he's like, "I'm sorry, I didn't say it." So this kid, usually kids are being bullied because of something, either something that's being done or something that's not being done to them at home. So he's a bully because his dad can't say "I love you" or something for some reason.
Yeah, true.
And
that was a really great scene when he did that too, because he was also very emotional when he gave that performance and delivered it. And I was like, oh damn, I really feel this.
And I just think to myself about like that boy Alex.
Yeah.
And he has to feed all of these people. He has to feed his bully.
I know, with the soup and everything.
Yeah, I was like, man.
I thought the kid was great too.
He was great.
Also really good at being scared.
Yeah.
Really good at those like impulsive little moments that he had too, like when he threw the water in his dad's face to try to wake him up. And then Amy Madigan as Gladys, I thought was also a freakishly amazing performance that she gave.
Yeah, I think this movie, like I said, this movie is not the scariest movie. It's not the anyest movie, but it's really well made.
Yes, it is.
It's really well acted, and that's why it did so well. Like it's a great piece of cinema overall. Even I had whatever issues I had with it, but I think it's a great piece of cinema.
think, despite that, I think I appreciated it, attempt and effort to push the boundaries.
Yes.
Because, I mean, again, it's something very unique that I've never really seen from a horror film before. As far, and for myself, being a storyteller and loving a good story, I think this movie is absolutely incredible. I find it amazing. And for that reason alone, with everything we talked about, with what we discussed, I have to give Weapons a perfect 5 out of 5 jump scares.
Yeah. Of course, I wanted more, so I can't give it a 5.
Of course.
But I would give it, it could get a 4 or 5.
4.5. Hell yes, dude. I was hoping if you didn't say 5, you would at least go with 4.5 for this film.
I could get a 4.5 for me because, like I said, there was a chunk that was missing that perhaps some more time in the writing room, perhaps in the hands of a different director or something like that. Yeah. I don't know. What I know is it was missing a little bit for me, but there are too many good things for it to not be 4 or 5.
With those little things, that you kind of wish that you would have had more of. I think everything else, it doesn't outweigh it.
No,
but it's just like there's too much still going on to ignore how great this film actually is or how well done it is.
Yeah, it's good.
So
I like it.
There you have it. You got 5 jump scares from me. You got 4.5 from Rock. Great film. I personally loved it. Let us know what you guys think about Weapons because we're really interested to know. And don't forget to stay tuned for next week because we're recording episode 39, which is the movie Hollow Man with Elizabeth Shue and Kevin Bacon. I just love Kevin Bacon, man.
I love Elizabeth Shue.
2 great actors. So if you like Kevin Bacon, you like Elizabeth Shue, you're going to want to be there to watch the review for Hollow Man. In the meantime, we are signing off. I'm Scary Terry.
I'm Rock Horror.
And we are Campfire Spookhouse, where we scare ourselves awake. We will see you guys next time.